This woman has an extraordinary 5 senses, and with just one glance she can keenly detect the surveillance of a pinhole camera on the ceiling. The man under surveillance doesn't believe anyone would be so alert. When the woman walked out the door, she whispered to her companions about the existence of the camera. They are all retired superhumans who have carried out many secret missions. The paranormal department plans to eradicate them in order to keep the secret, including children who inherit their paranormal abilities. They came to school to check their files. Women and other retired superpowers plan to preemptively eliminate all enemies in order to protect their children. On the side of the monitoring room, suddenly a middle-aged woman knocked on the door. The man impatiently opened the door, and before he could complain a few words, he was stabbed to death by the middle-aged woman. Auntie reported the location of the retired psychic to her companions based on surveillance. At the same time, the woman who disappeared under the surveillance camera used her sensitive hearing to monitor the aunt's call and successfully found the control room. The undercover middle-aged woman attempted to fabricate lies and deceive, but was easily detected by her super strong 5 senses. The woman closed the door directly and inadvertently turned off the light while speaking. In the darkness, 2 people engaged in a crazy fight, and after a few rounds, the woman suddenly realized that there was more than one person on the other side. So he turned around and ran away. Before leaving, he picked up a vase and smashed it on Auntie's head. When the old lady got up and looked out of the window, only a series of footprints remained. But in fact, the woman did not run away, but hid in a corner. Her sensitive hearing made her hear the aunt say she wanted to erase all relevant personnel. So she used her super strong 5 senses to accurately cover several cameras with snowballs, and all the way to the power distribution room. She used her super strong hearing to open the door lock. After entering the power distribution room, she directly turned off the main power, and for a while, the school fell into darkness. But the woman intentionally missed a crucial camera and pulled the old lady to the power distribution room. When the old lady arrived, the woman had already made a muffler out of a pile of junk. Auntie was about to take action, but with her extraordinary senses, she raised her hand and shot her in the forehead. After dealing with the old lady, the woman had planned to find her companion, but on the way, she encountered an enemy sharpshooter fighting against the squad leader. Seeing that the class leader was at a disadvantage, at the critical moment, the woman directly shot the other person in the ear. The sharpshooter hurriedly retreated, and during the process, the woman kept shooting, forcing the other person to distance themselves. The sharpshooter retreated to the classroom and launched a fierce counterattack. The woman's gun had just fired, so she broke the window and hid in another classroom. The woman quickly changed her magazine, but the other party underestimated her due to her gender and attempted to interfere with her with words, leaving the woman completely unmoved. She captured the details of the surrounding environment with her clairvoyance, noticed the enemy's figure reflected on the nearby faucet and the surrounding environment. She immediately came up with a plan and decisively opened the gun to hit the faucet, cleverly changing the trajectory of the bullet through reflection and shooting towards the sharpshooter. The sharpshooter barely dodged the fatal blow by turning sideways. The sharpshooter was still grateful, but just as he was about to counterattack, he realized that the woman was missing and was puzzled when a bullet hit her forehead. It turned out that the woman had quickly bypassed the window on the other side of his classroom with her extraordinary senses, decisively killed him, and left directly.